and I'll just jump to the advocacy piece. A lot of the creative things that states have tried around some of the long-term care pieces are built around the use of the Medicaid waiver programs, the 1115 and the waiver options. And basically, if you're not familiar with waivers, it's a way to direct services to someone in a community setting instead of requiring institutional care. It waives the institutional requirement that you live in an institution. And it has been amazingly successful with adults with developmental disabilities. It's been a huge impact in rebalancing long-term care spending across the country, but it's built on those Medicaid waiver programs, including some creative things because you target at-risk populations. And some states have used community programming like housing or nutritional supports as a component of a Medicaid waiver program. Those are at risk. Health and Human Services basically they started by taking the sample language out of how to ask for those community assessments, and then they've, just this past week, I think, pulled that back and says, no, you can't apply for any new ones. So one of the tools we had available to us. So the advocacy part of this is, as your states are looking at Medicaid, and as the federal government is looking at Medicaid, make sure they know what Medicaid pays for and who uses it. In Ohio, 50% of the Medicaid spend is on long-term services and supports for older adults. And I've been saying that a whole lot more in the last few months than previously. I mean, it's a huge impact over a lot of things, but in this particular space, this is one of the places where if people don't understand what the programs are or how they work or who uses them, that's why the program's at risk. Because the examples people hold up about cutting the programs are never the 80-year-old in the Medicaid waiver assisted living program in their state. And the conversations about the student loan debt don't say that $125 billion of that is held by retirees who have been paying on the loans for 20 years. We have to make sure you need examples of people in your area that use those programs. If you've had one of those pilot services, if you have a LIHTC project, the low-income housing tax credit, that one's great. There's been growth in that, and there seems to be engagement in that. But if you pull back the HUD funding to do the administration of all the things that go around it, it makes it harder to do those programs. So have good examples of that.